So, good morning, everyone, both India and USA. Today, workshop is more on AI agents and AI agent framework and the future roles and importance of AI across the world. So, from our side, KKR Genai side, so we'll be teaching about how importance AI plays in the world and our future employment and all. So our job is to explain about the major trends in AI side, where you can easily, explore yourself the latest technologies and all. So as part of that exercise, so we are designing proof of concept in latest technologies. So today we are going to explain majorly on AI agents and AI agent framework, how they are playing in AI side in developing the proof of concept, in developing the chatbots, in developing the bots, in developing the business processes and all. So with that, so I'm handovering so this stuff to my AI architect Venkatesh, and he's going to explain about his agenda. Thank you. Venkatesh, please take over.
Yeah, thanks, sir, and thanks for joining the session, everyone. Good morning and good evening. So for today, I will be walk you through the RAG and agents. Okay, and we are going to see on the industry perspective side. Okay, so how we are going to develop this generative AI concepts into the industry use cases. So we will going to show you one of the use case as in a semantic similarity. So along with that, we'll try to understand the use cases related to the financial industry, and we'll see the one more concepts to how to create your own LLM models, or creating your own LLM models, or fine tuning your LLM models as well. So this we agenda we have planned from the okay to be expert in the generative AI. So what are the tech skill set which is required, and what are the tools are available in the market, and so which are the tools which will be utilized in the industry, and the basic use cases. So the basic use cases and majority of the industry, they are facing of the one use case as a similarity set. So we are going to work on this similarity set, and this information will help you to you can help you to explain in your interviews as well. So about what is generative AI and what are the use cases you have worked, and in detailed informations which you can be presented. Okay, let's start the session quickly. Okay, so as everyone is talking about the generative AI, and because in many of the industries as well, they are expecting the persons, the candidates who is having the generative AI skills, right? So from last 2 years, we are seeing the generative AI, the word which is popular, and many of the industries are trying to hire these candidates, the persons who is having the experience at least 1 year. Okay, because in 2022 only the generative AI tools which is came, right? The LLM models has been introduced in the market. As we know, the chat GPT is one of the good example for as a generative AI tool as well. So coming to the generative AI is a part of AI itself. Okay, because as an AI developer, because who are the persons are working into the industry, or who are applying to the AI job roles, so the generative AI is a part of their skill set. Okay, this is a one part of skill set for to be get into the AI developer positions, or data scientist positions into the industry. So this is the one skill set, because everyone is having machine learning and deep learning knowledge, but now the industry is moving to the upgraded skill set people, and upgraded approaches, where they can minimize their work, and they can with the minimizing the work, and with the efficient results as well, efficient predictions or efficient accuracies part. And along with that, they want to build the applications in the minimal time. As we already know that the AI is came into the market, so with the AI we can able to build the applications with the fewer months, and with the fewer POCs, and we can conclude that we can able to create the applications. But now when generative AI is also introduced to the AI, then within the like within the days of period, we can able to create the applications, and with at least like version 1, version 2, okay, stage 1 or stage 2, so we can able to launch the applications into the industry as per their products. Okay, so if they are expecting the one use case considered, so one use case considered like in a PA is nothing but like in a the personal impact assessment tool. Everyone, I hope everyone know about this concept, like whenever we attend for the interviews, or once you are into the industry, every year or every like in a year, or the people who are attending for the interviews, like the industries will give you the assessment. The industries will give you the some coding challenges and some the concepts, assignments for you to check the knowledge of the candidate. So this process, what earlier how it will work, this process will work will be the based on the, some set of answers, or some human based persons will they will evaluate the answers which is written by the candidates. So based on that, they will be assigned some score, they will assign some grade, whether this candidate can be promoted to the next interview steps, or whether we can be rejected for the interview. Okay, based on the personal impact assessment test, we can be considered this PA will be considered. There will be the multiple use cases, multiple consideration, right? This PA assignment will be, they generally make them so aptitude test and their technical skills. Okay, so how they are logically performing the the for if they are having some challenges with the group of concepts, they will make the assignments. Okay, so that assignments will be provided to that. Now, okay, so earlier, so it is for initially stages was valued by the human persons. Now the people, like, and if there are hundreds or thousands of persons who are taking this PA, it's a very challenging for industries as well, right, to be handle the to evaluation steps. I know there are some tools which is available, which it is able to make up the find out these specific informations, and it will give you the some certain score. But these tools are also having some limitations. If the questions, generally this PA assessment or any coding challenges, there are three category types of questions we can expect. One is like in a true or false, like an either you can select the answer whether it is a right answer or wrong answer in the like an yes or no, or true or false. Okay, and sometimes the question category will be the multiple choice, because for this question we know that the right answer only the single word, either A, B, C, D, so that it can be easily we can able to do the control with the program. Consider if there is a user, if there is a user to enter the text for the question, then it is a very difficulty, right? Each and every candidate, they write their own information as for the question, they write their own keywords as for the questions which is given. So the contextually, if you consider, the answer will be the same, but the words pattern which is utilized to make the information will be different for the candidate to the candidate. Okay, so this is one of the biggest challenges as well, right? Even we can go with the machine learning or deep learning, but this will take the time, right? We need to collect the the historical questions and answers for that, the ground truth. Then we need to evaluate all the system, we need to train the model and everything we need to do. Okay, so it's a time taken process. Now when you introduce this particular the problem, the business use case to the generative AI, you can simply create a prompt for a given questions. Okay, so and will provide the knowledge base to the particular the AI tool, and will connect it. So what it do, for the given question, if the user is provided the answer, these answers will be evaluated based on our knowledge base with the contextually. Okay, because the contextually, why I'm saying, some persons they use the good, some person they use the better. See the both words which is representing in the positive way only. Okay, but the word which is say what the words which is provided, it is the different words. Okay, this is what we will try to understand, because as a human we know that better and good are indicating the two words are same information only, but as a programmatically, these two words will be the different. Okay, that's that part of that, this is the one of the challenge in the machine learning and the programming languages, right? So this will be overcome with the contextual based representation. Okay, this part, this can be easily implement, we can easily implement it with the generative AI tools. Okay, the basically generative AI always work on the contextual based, instead of working with the keyword to keyword, exact keyword to keyword. It won't work the exact keyword to keyword. It will work based on the contextually, as how the human will think and process the informations. Okay, that is the beauty of the generative AI. So many of the industries are looking for the skill set who is having the generative AI, like the persons who is having the prompt, because to implement any generative AI concepts into the real world AI applications, we have certain set of tools, like the persons has to know the LangChain, or like the llama index, and along with the some vector database knowledges, and the persons has to know the prompt engineering technique. It's all about how you are asking the question, or how you are expecting the results from the given information. Okay, it's all about writing the prompt, it's all about the designing the structure of the information. For consider. So this is the one of the PA case, which is the one which I'm showing you, the industry based use cases which is we are utilizing. Okay, so you have to return these prompts. Okay, in the generative AI, we, instead of code, okay, instead of writing the 100 lines of code, we always work here, we are not going to utilize any random forest or decision tree. Once we implement the algorithm, we won't fit the model. Okay, we won't train the model. Instead of providing the input and output, we provide the template. Okay, what we are expecting for a given input information, I am expecting the particular output, so we are telling that output, okay, this is the extracted output which I require. So we are going to design the, you are an expert evaluator design to grade answers provided for the given question, and your job is to evaluate the answers based on the specific criteria and assign a score for each criterion and calculate a total score. Okay, so this is how we return the information. Along with that, see, we will make some criteria. These are all we call as a rules, criteria and weights, like in accuracy, relevance, and clarity. So based on these three categories, the particular answers will be identified, whether the answer can be considered or it can be rejected. Okay, so you can see that each and every category I have given some set of weights as well. So I'm not written any program here, I'm just giving the instruction how my expected results to be available. Okay, so this is the difference between the general machine learning or the deep learning compared to the generative AI. Okay, if this is the part which you are going to work on once you start implementing the generative AI use cases. Okay, see, you can write, you will be providing the information, the expected response. Also, you can see the output format. This is the response. Once you identify, once you analyze the information, I am expecting the response as a JSON format with this particular values. Okay, so this is how we utilize with, this is how we get the information from the generative AI. Here we are not going to train any models, we are not going to fit any data. Okay, simply we provide the set of instruction, so that instructions will be works for the particular problem or particular business challenge we can consider. Each and every challenge, okay, each and every challenge you can create a one agent as well. This particular agent you can consider as a grading system. Another the use case you can provide as a one more use case as a legal document analysis, where it will work for legal challenges issue. That is we call as a one more agents. See, agents is nothing but each and every agent is work for one specific problem sets or for specific solutions. That does those we call as an agents. Even in the interviews also they ask, hey, what is mean by agent, how these agents will work. Okay, have you worked on the singular agents or have you worked on the multiple agents information. Okay, so you have to tell that, okay, each and every agent will be works for the some specific solution. So one agent might be works for the to connecting the knowledge base centers, and one agent will specifically works for the grading system. One agent will work for the the legal challenges, one agent will work for the financial informations. So when we combine group of agents, so we call as that is a multi-agent information. Okay, so this is what we basically implement in the real-time applications in the industry with the help of generative AI. Okay, let's jump into quickly. Okay, I hope now we have understood like in what it mean by generative AI. Okay, compared to the traditional ML based algorithms. Okay, one second. Let's yeah. So here we see that, okay, just like generative AI is something about like in machine learning traditional algorithms we see that if you wanted to make some classification, we apply some random forest and then we can get the predictions. Okay, for the specific one. But these generative AIs will work for to generate the contents. Okay, so suppose consider you are working with some content writer, you want to generate some content, okay, some content for your business, or you want to create some content like if you are working for some for the industries like media industry, where you wanted to generate a headlines information for the particular story. So it means you require some content writer, right? So for when you explain the story to the content writer, you will come up with the information. Okay, this is the content has to be utilized. Okay, this is what generally we utilize. So similarly, instead of the content writer, the generative AI, if you can provide the story to the generative AI tools, that will generate the content informations. Okay, and even it can generate the images to the particular content as well, and along with the videos and audios. Okay, it all generates the informations as for the your requirement. Okay, it's we are not training the information, just we are providing the requirement and we are getting of the informations. Okay, as we see in the general chat gpts, right? Like when you enter the as soon as you enter the question, you can see the information. So similarly, one such kind of the tool you can see that Google Copilot as well. So this is the Google Copilot. Okay, so you can see that I'm asking you some question. Hey, could you write a code for adding two numbers? Okay, so simply see that it's generating the code for your the question. Okay, you can ask which program also you required, like in a Python, Java, or HTML, like in from which language you required also it can provide. These are the kind of interesting tools which will be developed and designed with the generative AI use cases, with the generative AI approach. Okay, so you can see that like in here. So now you see that if it is generating the code, just I'm copying and I'm pasting the code. Okay, and you can see that, and accordingly I can make some changes as per my requirement. Okay, this is how makes you simple, right? So it saves your time. Okay, it saves your time, and it's provide the end-to-end information for your use cases, so that you will get some idea. Okay, this challenge I can work with this approach. Okay, that is the beauty of the gpt tools. Okay, all these tools can be developed with the help of generative AI. And here we use the foundation models like an LLMs. You can use the foundation, various foundation models we have with the different cloud providers. For consider here is a one more interesting tool in the Klein. Okay, Klein is a one more interesting tool where you can feed your LLM models with the specific service provider as well. Because Amazon is a one service provider, Google is a one service provider, and Microsoft is a Azure is a one type service provider. Okay, there are many service providers which are into the market. Okay, where they are introducing their LLMs into the particular problem statements. Okay, so you can see that these LLMs, okay, these LLMs stands for large language models. These LLMs are trained with the billions of parameters, billions of data. Okay, 170 to 200 billions of data has been trained for these LLM models. Okay, that's why these LLM models are more powerful than the traditional algorithms. So you ask the questions and you will get the information. That is the beauty of the generative AI. So here you can see that Google Gemini. Gemini is a one of the LLM model. Okay, so that can be provided by the Google, and you can see the DeepSeek, Mistral, GCP, Vertex AI, AWS Bedrock. So if you want to use LLM models in the Amazon Web Services, so you have a specific service called Bedrock. Because when you open the Amazon Cloud Services, you will see the many services, right? Like a SageMaker, EC2 instances, and S3 bucket, and ECR, Elastic Container Registry, Amazon SageMaker, CloudWatch. There are multiple services are available. Sorry, for implementing the LLMs. So in AWS, you will use a one such service as a Bedrock. Inside the Bedrock, you will find all the generative AI LLM services, LLM models. Okay. So Anthropic is also one of the LLM models which is available in the Amazon Bedrock. In Anthropic, you will see Cloud A. These are the various services LLM models which is presented. Sonnet V1, Sonnet V2, Haiku, Opus, and these are the kind of each and every LLM models presented in the when you selected in the Sonnet Amazon Bedrock. Let's select in the Google Gemini. Even you can see in the Google Gemini also. Google, these models are provided by the Google. Okay, you can create your own Google Cloud platform account, and you can get the API key. Just you can add the API. It will works for you. Okay, so these informations can be worked. So you will be integrate. You will be connect with your own LLM models as well. Okay, so like here I am connecting with the GitHub Copilot, which is provided by the Azure platform. Okay, so these are the some kind of interesting tools which we use in the industry, and some industries also will provide their own LLMs for their for their employees to make the process to be easier, and to be make the codes to be more relevant and more the code to be more functionally tested with the end to end as well. Okay, so these are the some kind of interesting tools which you can see that like these tools has been developed with the generative AI knowledge system. Let's jump into the slide. So now you have seen, right? So all like, and it is not only generating the text, it's not only generating the image, it will generate the code for your problem as well. Okay, that's the beauty of the generator. You can ask some story also. Hey, could you create content for launching for my product? Product is TV. So it will generate the code. It will generate the the content also. So this GitHub Copilot specifically for for the code. So that's why it is not provided. But I have my own customized tool where you can get where you can get the content information as well. Okay, I will show you that tool as well. 1 second. Let me stop and share you. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, here you can see that. So this is the coding side which I'm showing you. So we can build with the Streamlit application as well. See, here I have connected my LangChain framework, and I'm using the Bedrock services as a cloud, and I'm providing them information. Hey, could you generate a content for media? Or you can see that. Certainly, I would help you to, however, it provide the most relevant, and you can see the clear information for social media or blog or website. It is asking for which type of media as well. Let's ask for the media for website. Okay, media website for e-commerce. See, it will generate the information for you. Okay, like this you can build your own LLMs as well. Okay, if you can generate your own image and everything. Okay, you can see that welcome image. I'll copy here. Yeah, see here you can see the specific offers or promotions welcome message with the categories. Okay, and you can get the in detailed information as well, like as much as informations which you can get it. Okay, so this is the one kind of text generation also, which I can say that you can use your own LLM and you can pass your question and you can get it. Because see, in industries, see this GitHub Copilot was specifically designed for to generate the code. Okay, for to working on the coding programming languages, which I can tell that. Okay, so that's how it will work. The each and every the LLMs which have their own knowledge base. One knowledge base will specifically work for to creating the PPTs. One knowledge the base which works for only to generate the code, and another one will works for only one financial. So it's all about the various use cases. Okay, these LLMs can be developed, which has been developed for the specific problem statements only, specific use cases. Okay, let's jump into the our PPT. Okay, now I hope you are clear about the what is generative AI. Generative AI is not something about creating your own content, along with that creating the media, creating the audio and video, like by providing just invoking the simple 2 to 3 lines of code, you can get your information. Okay, without writing much lines. And there are many tools, like in ChatGPT is one of the best tool where you can use just by writing the information, it can get the code as well. Okay, you can get the your own content as well. Let's go to the tool. So these are the some kind of tools which you can see that. Okay, so GPT and DALE, like an and mid journey. Okay, these are the some kind of interesting tools which you use for based on the our problem statement. Okay, so for you to generate the human like test and some writing converting from one language to the another language, you can use GPT-4 or GPT-3. Okay, for you to write any informations like an images, or like an if you wanted to generate some kind of specific images, as you see here, you want to generate some cat or dog or any kind of images, you can use this particular second model. Okay, this model specifically designed for, as if you request for any questions, it will generate the information, it will generate the images for you particular content information. Okay, so this is we basically use for the model for image generation. Let's one second, guys. Okay, and like that we have multiple tools, like let's go to that. Like, and as I told you, this is the capabilities of generative AI, creating your own images and creating your own data information as well. Like many of industry, there is a one challenging which we see that they won't have any much data information. So you can create your own data set as well, with by providing the minimal information, minimal data set, you can create your own synthetic data as well. Okay, with the thousands of values. So with that data, which you can do the analysis for your use cases. Okay, and you can make your audio and video tools as well. Like, can we see that, like, lyrebird is a one type of speech synthesis tool, where it will create your own voice. Okay, where it will create your voice information. Okay, so with the 99% of accuracy, just try the lyrebird. Okay, you can see that. Okay, this is the one interesting tool, okay, which is created by the group of engineers in the 2018, and they've added to the generative AI. So this tool was very amazing, which with the 2 minutes of your audio, it can mimic your voice. Okay, you just type the text, it will speak, it will convert to the audio in the form of your own voice only. Okay, that is the one of the beauty of the generative AI as well. Okay, so here, like many use cases which you can work as per your requirement, as for the business use cases. Like, and if you're working for some specific organization in the banking, you can work for like extracting the values information from the given check, or analyzing the fraud detections when the user is trying to do the when someone user is trying to take the huge amount. Okay, so that kind of we can stop those anomalous transactions as well. So there are many kind of use cases which people are working in the with the help of generative AI in the industry now. So there are many openings with the generative AI knowledge information. So these are the some of the use cases, as I told you, the content creation and creative design and problem solving, like in a marketing, advertising, and you can create your own personalized ads and every information, and you can create your own designs as well. Earlier we have to go for some designers and we have to request for to they to design some brochures, or they to design some of the media files where we can post those information into our social media business platforms. So all this can be you can develop it by yourself. Okay, so next we can do that. And you can do the register, and you can do the R&Ds as well, many of scientific concepts also which we can perform. And along with that, it can be utilized for some healthcare industry as well. So making of using the various drug analysis, like in identifying the, if I utilizing this particular drug for the various patient demographic, or various patient like in age group peoples, how this particular drug is impacting. So analyzing the various patient reports information also, which has been using in the healthcare, like not only the analyzing the the diagnosis system, it is working for the various use case, recommending the drug, which drug need to be utilized. Okay, so what was the quantity, it is making a one replacement as a doctor, as well as a doctor assistant, a doctor assist tools also, which is available in the market. Okay, so these are the some of the interesting applications which you see in the market as well, like chat gpt. Okay, which we all everyone knows about the chat gpt as well. So you can get the any information from the chat gpt. Okay, all like, and you can see that. Okay, and you can see the google bard as well. Okay, this is developed by the google, like Gemini. You can ask the questions like in how the chat gpt is there. Similarly, we have multiple generative AI tools which are presented, like we have seen in the visual studio, like in a google copilot and clint. Along with that, this is belongs to Gemini as well. So you can ask, hey, can I get could you generate generate the content for my website, for my e-commerce e-commerce website. Okay, see, it will generate the information for you. So it will ask you some set of questions. If you can provide the clear information, then it can provide you completely end-to-end information. So these are the some kind of interesting tools, which are, some of them are paid and some of them are open source tools also, which you can able to utilize directly. Okay, this is a mid journey. This is also one of the generative AI tool. So this is a some paid based tool where it can generate the images. Okay, this specific mid journey tool works for to generate the images only. You can just type the text information, it will generate the images for you. And this is also one kind of tool which is provided by the OpenAI to generate the AI images. Okay, yeah, it is asking the authorization, but that's okay. And you can see all these tools, even you can see the Microsoft Bing. Okay, this Bing is also, Microsoft has have their own tool, like in where you can search it. This is the co-parallel, similar like in what we have seen in the Google. It basically belongs to the Microsoft. Yeah, you can ask. Okay, could you write a generate an image for e-commerce? See, it's generating the image. See, yeah, the images is available. So like you can see that's how simple, like this is the difference between the traditional AI based algorithms and the generative AI based algorithms. Okay, in generative AI we use the LLM models to implement these solutions. Okay, so we'll jump in for the other applications. Like this is how we use, like, and as you've seen now, the web based tools, like in similarly, as you are the AI developer, in your organization also, which similar type of application they want to implement for within their industry. Okay, within their industry they want to implement this AI based frameworks or AI based tools. So as an AI developer, you are going to utilize the LangChain as a one framework. Okay, and you will be going to connect to the cloud services like in Amazon Bedrock or Google or Microsoft Azure or Meta platform. So by connecting this Meta platform with the help of LangChain, because in traditional algorithms we use the scikit-learn, TensorFlow, PyTorch, or Keras frameworks, right? For to implementing the generative AI tools, we utilize the frameworks as a LangChain. Okay, LangChain is a one of the framework which is this is a one of the highly the framework which is utilized in the industry to implement their use cases. Okay, this is a powerful framework where we'll consider for to loading all the LLM models. Either it might be the Amazon, either it might be the Google, either it might be the Meta, it might be the some other third party tools also, like as in a CloudAI, which we have seen, that is a one of the third party tool which you can implement with the LangChain frameworks as well. Okay, this is how the code which we'll use. Okay, from LangChain.llms and import OpenAI. So it is connecting to the OpenAI, the one which we have seen here. If you want to connect to the Amazon, you can just going to use the LangChain. From LangChain import Amazon, or like from the Boto3 we are going to connect okay, you can see the various Azure and Meta platforms as well. So if you want to connect with the Google, like and either you can connect with the Google or you can connect with the with the LangChain as well. This is how the codes which we can use as simply 4 to 5 lines of code where you can prepare your own tool, but providing the right instruction format as you have seen here. Like we have to provide the right instruction prompt, means we have to request the right information with the right approach. Like this is how it has to be build the image with this size and with these concepts with this color. Okay, by providing the specific instruction we can design our own images. We can design our own outputs. Okay, this is how you are going to do once you start your career in the AI developer. As if you get a chance to implement any generative AI applications, so you will be utilize this particular coding parts and you can able to implement. Okay, let's jump into the key importance. Like this is a one of the important slide as well. In many of interviews also they ask you like what are the type of AI models you have worked. Like you can explain with the GPT-4o. O stands for Omni. Okay, and GPT-4 you can tell that, like GPT 3.5 you can GPT Turbo. Okay, so you can tell that GPT-3. Okay, these are the various tools which is available in the market. So these all the above GPT 3.5, and you can see the other models which is provided by the OpenAI. OpenAI is a one of the the organization like in Amazon. So similarly, is also OpenAI is also one organization where it is contributing these LLM models in the market. And you can see this input token limits as well, because see you will always have a one doubt as well. See Venkatesh, can we provide as much as instruction point? See, along with that instruction point, when you are providing the input information, sometimes, see, I'll show you one document. So this is the one of the document where I was working in the industry for healthcare information. So this document is having 500 pages information. Okay, so each and every page there is some specific information, right? This information we call as a content, and in technically we call as a keywords. Okay, so keywords are tokens we call. So there might be the certain limit as well. Okay, so to process to the AI models as well, there is a some limitations. Okay, that is 8,000 or 13,000, like in 12,000 or 1,28,000 tokens only which will accept. Within that only, if you try to pass more than the tokens, it won't allow you. So you have to do some other additional step by making the document into the multiple parts. That is we call as a chunking. Okay, doing the chunking. In the chunking there is a character chunking, word chunking. Okay, sentence based chunking. There will be the other steps which will be followed by us. Okay, so but we need to understood that, okay, for given any solution, okay, what was their token limit and everything which we are going to see in the while implementing this LLM models as well. Okay, so they will ask you this token limit also in the interviews. Okay, and even we have to remember, we have to utilize, whenever we implementing these LLM models, we need to see what is their capabilities, how many of the tokens they expect from the input, and how many of tokens they provide as well. Okay, so as such, you can see that GPT 3.5 is only having the 4096 token limit. So these tokens is also will consider, because see, for the in if these words as represented in the document, it won't consider this document. This generative have a one good capability is that what which words has to be picked up. Okay, those words, it will consider as a highly important word. Okay, those are context based keywords, so which consider on in and end to end of all the information, then it will take the final token informations. Okay, so it will eliminate, you no need to provide the stop words, or you no need to remove any chunking part here. Okay, so these words has been not required for my analysis part. The LLM itself, it will take it. That is the good part for the generative AI. So this is the one of the best like in a case which I can tell that why many of the industries are turning to the AI approaches, generative AI based approach. And here you can see that anthropic model, like in a cloud sonnet v1, sonnet v2, and iq optus. Okay, these all models will be provided by the Amazon Bedrock services, Amazon web services. Inside the Amazon, you will be having the Bedrock services. Okay, like Google and Facebook and Microsoft Azure have their own charge GPTs as well. Okay, this is a one of the interesting thing which we need to know while we are utilizing these generative AI models, like an LLM models in our use case. Okay, so these are the one of the, see, as I told you. Okay, when I have read it this when I have read it this particular information, this information will be converted to the numerical, right? So the program only knows about the numerical values. This program does not know about vector. If I'm providing the name as a vector database, right, that will be converted to the numerical values. So in order to store this information in the numerical values, these numerical values we call as a vector embeddings here, vector embeddings. Okay, so because the technology to technology, when we are working with the machine learning, we call as a general embeddings or TF-IDF vectorizer. But in generative AI, generally we call as a vector embeddings. Okay, so these are high dimensional vectors. You can consider matrix of 3 into 3, 9 into 9, which we'll see that, right? So you can consider the 1500 into 1500 shapes, or 3000 into 3000 matrix shapes. Okay, so because these are more and more complex matrix patterns which will take to create these embeddings. Okay, those embeddings can be stored into the specified databases only. It's not like SQL or MongoDB which we can take in and we can store in those embeddings. So for to store these embeddings, we have specified vector databases in the market. For example, Pinecone is a one of the vector database, and FAISS is a one of the vector database, and PG Vector, ChromoDB, Milvus, okay, Quadrant. Okay, these are the popular vector databases in every industry they use. Okay, see in Delight, as I know that, like an they are using the Milvus database and the Quadrant database. Some industries they use the Pinecone and ChromaDB, OpenSearch databases as well. Okay, OpenSearch is a one of the database in the which is available in the Azure like in Amazon platform. Okay, so these databases which we use and will store our embeddings, that numerical values which I can tell that. Okay, as you are the generative AI, which we need to know about the information as well. In the interviews also they ask you, hey, what is vector, what is vector, which are the vector database have you used? Okay, I'm going to show you one example as well. I've created a one demo for you for semantic search use case. So I've used one of the vector database like in FAISS as well, and I've stored those embeddings, and I will try to show you that information as well. Okay, so and one more important topic as we need to know, RAG. See, because many of people also they use that RAG, right? RAG is generally we consider as a retrieval augmented generation. Okay, to implement any applications in the generative AI, we go with the RAG based flowchart only. Okay, RAG based implementation only. RAG is something which will help you to create the one flow chart, which will help you to create the flow chart of your application, when you required, as you see the image here, this is when you get the request, when you get the input request from your client. Okay, that is by the user, like, and as you seen in the chat, but as we are typing the text information, right, to get the information, to get the, this is the client which we can do that. Okay, as soon as I'm entering some information, as soon I'm entering some input information, okay, write a code for, for decision tree, or like, for classification, for classification problem. Okay, as soon as I enter this information, okay, it will reach to the client server. Okay, that is, we set up some lambdas or some information, some services. Okay, then we store those information, and that information can be sent to the open search. Okay, this particular query will be converted to the embeddings, and that embeddings will be searched in the existing your embedding data, embeddings service. Okay, that is the one of the service I told you. The open search is also one of the embedding, like in ChromaDB. In Amazon Web Services, we have a open search vector database. So it will try to find out which are the numbers are similar, which are the information are similar, words are presented in my vector database, and it will retrieve and it will provide the final information. So because, as I told you, if considering this image, once as I uploaded this particular image, okay, what will happen? Yeah, I'll show you the example. Yeah. So I'm just I've created a one basic application as a semantic similarity. See, this is the one of the basic, I cannot say that is a basic, but you can consider many of industry, they want to implement a semantic search based use case in their part of their projects as well. Okay, so means, like, you can consider for any use case, you have some set of documents, and you want to retrieve some information for the from the provided documents. So all these informations, all this kind of use cases can be implemented with the semantic similarity approach only. Okay, here you can see that I will upload my document here. See, it is running in the backend. See, here it is converting to the vectors, and it will try to load it the vector. And you can see that here information, see, number of documents or chunks. As I told you, in each and every LLM, they have some token limits, right? So accordingly, it will split my documents into the multiple pages. So some 10 pages is a one document, another 10 pages is another document. Like, it is created some 306 document chunks. Okay, so you can see this information. All these informations will be each and every page of document chunk. Okay, so once everything this information is read, and it will convert it to the existing your vector database, adding new documents to the existing vector store. You can see that once everything is updated, you can see that my final vector store is updated in my database center. Now you can ask, hey, could you provide the adverse reactions from the details pages? See, this is basically is an healthcare forms, which I'm trying to expect the information, like what are the kind of the reactions is happened while considering the one drug. Like drug, you can consider as a paracetamol. Like in generally, a paracetamol will take for when we having the fever. So while taking this specific drug with the some other medicine, might be we will get a some other the healthcare issues as well, right? These healthcare issues we can call as an adverse reaction terms. Okay, see, you can see that based on this information, I found it, these are the basic adverse reaction term, like in pain, rash, infusion related reaction, joint swelling, all the information which you can get it, and you can get the which page also which is extracted as well. It's not, can you provide the adverse reaction terms, along with that could you provide the drugs as well? Okay, basically what it is happening, as you see in the architecture here, see this is my client as an UI, and it will sending the request to the my backend lambda function, and this particular user information, the question will be stored into the my specified like in a storage system, and that information converted to the embeddings, and then it will try to do the semantic similarity, like in a, you can, we have learned in the our 10th standard, 8th standard, right? Finding the distance between the two similar points, like an we use the cosine similarity and the dot products, right? With this mathematical concept, similarly it will try to find out the distance between the 2 points which are very close, which are closing the points, that points will be considered and it will try to show that. So this is how, then you can see that it will send to the Amazon Bedrock, that is to the LLM. If you get like in a multiple informations, you need to take the one final results, right? That one final results can be do it with the LLMs by invoking the Amazon Bedrock services like in a Cloud A or ChatGPT models. Then that final output will be sent to the user as in the respected output. See, you can see that these are the some drugs also which is extracted. See, you can get, you can upload some other documents as well. Okay, so let's, if we go with the coding level, okay, just what will happen as soon as you upload the vector, okay, you can see here the FAISS. Okay, this is a vector store which I'm using. So this is a one of the vector database I told you, right? This FAISS was developed by, which was developed by the Facebook team, group of Facebook of AI engineers have created this vector database. Okay, so I have created my local vector database with this FAISS. You can see this FAISS stores as well. This is my index. It's time to load. Yeah, this is all encoded informations which is you are not able to see. That's the numerical values. Okay, generally whenever you create the vector embeddings, so it will create in the form of this storage information. As well, it stores in the encoded information only. See, you can dock it. This is your information which you are feed to vector embeddings. All the text information. Okay, this text information converted numerical as in a vector embeddings and it's stored into this particular format. Okay, so you can see that simply like here I made my LLM models like in a Bedrock services, and these are the parameters which will be utilized to you to find your LLM. Consistent response, do you to get the consistent response, we rely on this particular parameters. Okay, temperature, max tokens, top p, like any top probabilities of which need to be picked up, and top k tokens which need to be considered. Okay, this is the connection string for we use for to connect in the specific provider. And you can see these are to load the loading vectors, like if you are using the FAISS, this is how we can use this implementation in the coding side. Okay, you can pass your embedding name and it will try to load. You can store your vectors as well. Okay, this is the storing your vectors, and you can update new vectors as well. Because see, when you start your the business use case in your manager, they given some 5 documents. The later, after the 1 month of the 1 month of period, they might give you another 100 documents, right? So when you try to update the new documents, which is not to erase the existing information, so you are going to append to the existing data. So that is we call as a updated vector. Okay, so you can see how to create the vectors by giving the input information as a docs, and you will provide the embeddings. So here I'm used the embeddings as a Azure OpenAI embeddings. text embedding ADA 02, text embedding small, and text embedding large also will be available in the market. Okay, so this is the kind of information which I used and which I created the semantic similarity, which you can see that. Okay, so once you go back, so you will get the information. Okay, this is the application, the basic flow we do that. Okay, so you will be having some agent. So one agent we call as a open search. How we are saying that this agent we call as a knowledge based system. So knowledge base is nothing but which is connecting to your existing data sources and pulling the data by reading the input files as a PDF or Excel, connecting to your Excel database, and it will convert it to the vector embeddings. Okay, that's to the vectors. Okay, so then it will store to the specified vector database. That's that one successful operation we call as a one agent. And one more, when you are working with the similar semantic similarity applications, as I said you, like, and as I told you, you are working for some hundreds of pages, right? So that particular information might presented in the starting of your page, like in a fifth page, and some information which is presented, it might be in the 250 page. So it will collect all the relevant information from the various pages. It will collect, from the all the information from the various pages, and then it will finally provide the some k results, top k results. Okay, it will retrieve the top k results. So like in 5 contexts or 5 documents or 10 relevant documents, top k results, which I can tell that. Okay, so from the top k results, it will try to, when we pass the top k results, this is the top k results will be provided, right? These results will be sent to the LLMs, and from that, from the top k results, it will take you the one final results, which will be right answer for the particular question. Okay, the conclusion, the final, the version answer, which can be decided by the Amazon LLMs, like an LLMs, we can say that. That output will be forwarded to the client. Okay, this is how the basically RAG will work. Okay, RAG is something. Okay, so you will have a some client architecture where you will be connecting to the multiple agents. One agent will be getting the information from the user, that another agent will be processed to the next functionality, like doing of some operations, collecting the vector knowledge base center and converting to the embeddings. Then another agent specifically works for the to finalize the response of the generated retrievals from the knowledge base center, and then final information will be sent to the user. Okay, this is about the RAG. Okay, see, this entire end-to-end applications can be developed in the RAG based architecture only. Okay, so we need to know that. See, suppose in your manager is come and if he asked, hey, can you create a some use case, business use case for we are facing of this challenge, so that all challenges can be resolved with the RAG based only. Okay, so by making of various LLMs, connecting with the LLMs and vector database, and reading the information and handling all together, can be do it from the retrieval augmented generation. Okay, and one such kind of operation we can see that as well. I will show you one more interesting tool. Sorry. So I'll just wrap up the session in next 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Almost like this is a final application, the workshop which I will show you. See, one such operation, you can see the language translation. Okay, this is our own LLM models, like an own generative AI application tools which we can develop by ourselves. So you can see this local host, which is specifically designed for our KKR generative AI students only. See, this particular tool which we are doing for converting from one language to another language. So you will have a set of languages, and you can choose your target language. You can just provide. Okay, hey, hi, how are you? Okay, I'm translating from English to Spanish. See, you can see that. Even you can convert this text to voice.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Okay, see, even you can create your own tools as well, like in a code generation as well. Hey, could you provide ML model development. Okay, ML model. You can specify the decision tree and like in a random forest algorithm for like and it is for regression problem or classification also it will generate for all the information. See, you can see that all the end-to-end machine learning steps also which is provided here, the data loading and the pre-processing, model training and evaluation, along with that the code also which is provided for you end-to-end information. Okay, so this is the one beauty which you can tell that with the generative AI, you can create your own applications with the specified the challenges. Okay, business use cases, business challenges we can consider. Okay, and you can do the financial operations where you can upload uh, like you have a check. Suppose you are working for banking industry. Okay, you have your manager is assigned for one task to identify the specified fields from the given check. Okay, so you can simply upload your check with the generative AI. You can get the information. See, you can see that I just uploaded. Okay, it will convert to the text and then we can get the information. Okay, so we'll try to ask the check number. Okay, could you provide check check number? See, it's generating the response. See, you got your check number as well, 9603. Yeah, here you can see that. And you can get the pay amount as well. Let me get the pay amount. See, you can see that the amount information 9988 as well. So here you can see that the amount information as well. Even you can get the check date and the various fields as well. Okay, as per our requirement which can be implemented as well. Okay, so like there are many of use cases which you can do that in the legal assistant tool also which we have, where you can, if you are suppose you want to file some case like in but you don't know how to write the information at all, so you can generate your own drafts as well. Okay, so create some draft for the tenant and tenant for that which I'm facing tenant and owner for that. So basically you can generate your own legal drafts use cases and everything as well. And even you can do the NER based use cases like for a given text you need to identify which are the keywords are belongs to the persons or locations. Okay, and belongs to the fruits or these particular keywords will falls into the which category. Everything which can you do which can be developed in the with the NER based approach as well. NER stands for Named Entity Recognition System. And you can create your own chatbots as well. Like in a healthcare is a chatbot, you can ask your, what are the, for the COVID symptoms, or you can what are the specific, the treatments which can be taken if you are affected with the COVID-19, or if you're affected with the malaria, or if you're affected with the dengue as well. And you can build your recommendation tools as well. If you are purchasing for one phone, what are the other products which might be the user can be purchase in your website as well. Like considering you are purchasing for the milk, when you are purchasing the milk, then we might be expect he might be going to purchase some bread or some kind of other interesting the products items which can be related to other. This is how we can create our own recommendation tools also with the help of generative AI. Okay, this is from my side. Okay, so more details will be explained by the like in the Pranay and Ganesh. Okay, I'm handing the session to the Ganesh. Please
Yes.
message me if you have any like any queries in your chat window. I will try to address you.
Yeah, thank you, Venkatesh. Yeah, it's a really nice explanation. So yeah, I think anybody from USA definitely reach me. I posted my number in the chat group. If you want to take classes on weekdays or weekends, so we do conduct proof of concept in our office back to Spices at Alpharetta, Atlanta. Yeah, feel free to ping me for joining the proof of concept or projects. So currently we are conducting 10 members group. So where you will be assigned 1 to 2 business cases, and we will explain you a 3 hours demo on how to initiate the proof of concept using the latest framework. Yeah, more you have to work on latest Python packages, LangChain, LangGraph, and CrewAI. Yeah, some business cases we also developing using AutoGen. So yeah, feel free to contact us for more details. So we'll be sharing the previous recording sessions. So we have 30 plus workshops so far conducted, and we will be sharing the requirements, business cases, and we are also having some proof of concept recorded session. So we'll be shared with that as well. So we have 2, 3 businesses as well, $5 to $10,000 businesses, real-time projects. Once you're done with proof of concept, we will try to involve into real-time projects as well. So with that, I'm hand over to Lakshmi Narayana. So he is going to explain one project, how he has developed using our training and all. Lakshmi Narayana, can you take hand over and proceed? Let me give you access for you. Are you able to unmute Lakshmi Narayana?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please proceed.
Thank you. Let me share my screen. Yeah, I hope everyone can see my screen.
Yes.
Yeah. First of all, thank you, Venkatesh sir, for giving us valuable insights on how generative AI and the traditional AI are different from them, but also giving us valuable insights on the RAG and its applications. And hello everyone, thanks for joining our class today. And in this class, I'm gonna explain you about latest framework to like develop the agentic applications, which is nothing but CrewAI. When we talk about CrewAI is an powerful framework that is changing how we develop the multi-agent AI systems in today's world. Uh, Before dive into this, I want to tell you something like I think everyone here at any point of time thought to create some multi-agent system by seeing in real world or by personal problems of yourself. This is how CrewAI helps us to build our own AI agent systems for our requirements. CrewAI is designed to simplify the way how we can develop our multi-agent AI systems. Developing a single AI agent system is like a normal thing, but maintaining 3 or 4 agents in a single environment is like a crucial thing. So for that, we have an framework that is nothing but CrewAI. When we come to the introduction of CrewAI, CrewAI is a framework that allows developers to integrate different AI agents, tools, and tasks in a collaborative workflow. In the name itself, it defines as the crew is nothing but a team of agents. So in this, we can develop multi-agent AI systems very easily. So it will gives us all the components that are required to develop the multi-agent AI system. Just we need to know where to use, what are the components we need to use at as per our requirements. There is nothing more than that. This is very simple framework. And when we are talking about multi-agent AI system, why it is useful, why we need to choose multi-agent AI systems. The main 2 reasons are like collaboration and scalability. Let us think about something there is a company. They want to do some research on 50 or 100 or 150, like it is a large number of products. So when they want to do the research on a product, they need to do the whole research on the each product. They need to write the descriptions for the products. They need to check the competitors also. When you're thinking about competitors, let us think some company is going to launch a delivery app. So in this current market, we have delivery apps like DoorDash, Uber Eats, Zomato, Swiggy. All of these are like a competitors. While they're gonna develop a product, they need to have an idea on the competitors also. So For doing all these tasks, a single agent AI will take a lot of time. This is like time consuming process. Instead of that, if we assign different roles to different agents, they will do the work similarly. So in that way, we can utilize multi-agent AI systems to reduce the time consumption and can get the work done very easily. This is why we use multi-agent AI systems instead of using the single agent AI systems. When we talk about collaboration, just like humans work together in an environment or in a team, AI agents will work together for us in a collaborative AI, environment, which was defined by us. When it comes to scalability in multi-agent AI systems, there is no limit for our agents. So as per our requirements, as per our situations, as per our needs, we can increase the AI agents also so that they can work collaboratively to our requirements. Then when we talk about the core components of CrewAI, there are like three main components of CrewAI which are used to develop our simple a multi-agent AI system. One is like agents. Agents are nothing but it is like a crew member. We are giving specific tasks to the agent. We are also as a defining a role to them so that they will be stick to that role. And also in these AI agents, the when you look at the syntax, the main things we need to define for agent is role. Role means what is the role, like what is the specific things they are assigned to do, and the goal, what they need to find out to our requirements, and the backstory. And also we are telling the agents about like in they are an experienced researcher or something like that, to make them work more appropriately and to give them extra capabilities. And when we talk about the tools, tools are nothing but the gadgets that we are giving to our AI agents, so that with the help of the tools, they can do the tasks that are assigned to them. So in the current market, we have tools like YouTube extraction tool, PDF extraction tool. You can also see here there is something called Serper Dev tool, which is used for searching the web content. We have many tools like that. When it comes to the third core component, which is nothing but tasks. Tasks are nothing but giving the specific instructions and the goals to our AI agents. If the agents are team members, tools are their equipments, and goals, tasks are the projects or assignments that are given to them. It is nothing but if we think there is a software company and there is a team of 10 people, and if you consider the 10 people as the agents and and the monitor, all the subscriptions that does give Microsoft 365 subscriptions that are given by the company are the tools for them, and the tasks that the projects they are doing is like nothing but a tasks for them. This is the simple way how we define like the core components, agents, tools, and tasks. And now we will see how the workflow of a CrewAI works. When it comes to the workflow, it is nothing, it is just in 4 simple steps. That this is nothing but defining the roles to our agents. Like as I previously told you, giving the roles to the agents is one of the most important thing, so that they can get to know what they need to know, what they need to do, and what they are also. And when it comes to the connecting API agents, like connecting APIs. So this is like giving our agents an extra boost. Each agent gets their tools and the task they need to do. Using these APIs, they'll be extracting the information from the Google knowledge bases of that APIs. So with the help of this, they can do the works very accurately. When it comes to the process, in this process, we have two types, which is nothing but sequential and parallel process. In sequential process, the if there are 3 agents, agent 1, agent 2, agent 3, The agent 1 will doing the whole process and giving the output to the agent 2, then agent 2 will proceed from there. This is nothing but the sequential process, like one after another. The agent 1 needs to complete the whole process, then agent 2 will take over from there. So when we talk about the parallel execution, agent 1 will be working on some specified task, agent 2 will be parallelly working on another specified task. So in this way, they are working parallelly for our requirements. The final thing is nothing but execution. We also define how the agents need to execute in the necessary order. We will prepare the flow and we'll be giving the flow to that agent so that the agents will be working based on the specific flow that was given by us. When it comes to the advanced configurations will looks like something more technical, but don't worry, I'll make it more simpler for you to understand about the advanced configurations. Let's talk about customizing our AI agents. You know how you can customize your phone with different apps and settings, what we can do with our mobiles. Like we can do like any customizations that we want to do in our current smartphones. So in the same way, we can customize our AI agents as per our requirements. First of all, customizing an agent is nothing but there is a normal assistant. We can give it like a special tools, which is nothing but connecting LLMs, giving the already prepared components, which is nothing but tools to make it more smarter. This is nothing but customizing the agents to our specific requirements. And also when it comes to the connecting open source models, this is nothing but giving and power up to our agents so that they can have the more knowledge base to research for the contents about the contents that are given by us. Using the CrewAI, we can use all the models that we have. As you have previously seen, we have models like OpenAI models, Anthropic models, Google models, and Hugging Face models, Olama models. We have different open source models that we can use. We can connect with our agents so that they can work more accurately as per our requirements. The next thing we are going to discuss about is like benefits of CrewAI. Like what are the benefits of using CrewAI framework? That is nothing but we have three benefits. Those are like scalability, flexibility, and efficiency. When we talk about scalability, the agentic framework, using this CrewAI agentic framework, we can handle complex workflows effortlessly. As I told you, this CrewAI offers us very simple framework so that everyone will be able to understand how to do and how to import the things, how to use the specific components as per our requirements, and also enabling the processing large volumes of data sets and tasks efficiently. So that with the help of this QA, we can access like large databases and vector stores very easily with that like single commands, so that it will be very helpful for us to scale to the any level. So if there is any requirement to increase the agents, we can increase them effortlessly without like we can just define another agent, we can add them to our workflow so that they can start working. So this is how simple it was to scale an agent if we need using CrewAI. Then we can think about flexibility. Flexibility is nothing but in today's world, everyone is using the smartphones. In a single smartphone, we have everything. We can do the calculations if you want. We can play games. We can use it as a camera while like taking pictures and all. In the same way, CrewAI is as adaptable as it is. We just have to know what tools to combine with the agents to make them more efficient and more suits to our work. So this is nothing but flexibility that was given by the CrewAI framework for us to develop our things very easily. And when it comes to the efficiency, this is the magic. This is where the magic of CrewAI happens. That it will reduce the manual work. So in manual implementation of previous frameworks and all, we need to define everything. We need to write all the code, like lines and lines of code. But here you can just import the components that are already predefined by the CrewAI team, so that with these things we can reduce the manual workforce. Like we don't want to do that much of manual work to define the agents or define the tools or define the tasks. So in this way we can reduce more and more, we can reduce the like manual work. And also this will increases the accuracy, increases the accuracy of the content we are delivering, content we are getting from the agents itself. So it saves us a lot of time, having a super efficient team that can never gets tired and works for us very efficiently to complete our tasks. And till now we have seen all about like what is QA, what it offers, what are the core components, and what are the workflows that we use, what are the benefits of it, and what are the advanced configurations that we can do. That is nothing but customization using the open source models and all. Now we'll see one of the practical work case that we have developed for our workshop. Uh, let's see about that. That is nothing but financial advisor system. In today's world, everyone like they small and like everyone can't afford the financial advisors. They'll charge like more and more. So if there is a small like normal person, if they're earning like decent salary, they if they would like they are not able to spend that much on the financial advisors and all. So in that case, we have taken this as a challenge and we worked on it. In this financial advisor system, it is a multi-agent application designed to develop users with the personalized financial advisors. This AI advisor system can give you the personalized advisory systems based on your requirements and based on the inputs that you have given and based on the selections that you have made. It leverages the usage of advanced AI capabilities to access personal financial information, suggest actionable insights for your requirements, and also provides a comprehensive financial report at the end by the inputs that are given and the analysis that has been done by the agents that are in this. We will see in depth like what are the agents we have, what are the tasks that are assigned to them in life. And the key objectives for us is like to create an like a very user friendly UI where the like normal user can also come and like interact with our AI agent. So we have used the Streamlit for step by step guidance, and also we like it is very simple thing to develop a connect Streamlit to our website, like our agents. So it will be very easy for any user. Like it is very basic thing, so they can get to know like where to enter what and which button they can use to get the next inputs or outputs. And then we have we have developed three financial analysts in this project, which one is like financial profile analyst, one is the investment strategy analyst, and the second one is senior financial advisor. First one is like we'll talk about financial profile analyst. The first one, financial profile analyst, will take the basic information from you, and they will be doing the initial checks that are required for the agents that need to be done. I'll show you all the prompts that we have given for the basic things that needs to be analyzed by the financial profile analyst in the live coding. And also we have the next one is called investment strategy analyst. Investment strategy analyst is an agent that checks your loans and gives you the like basic understanding on how you can do the investment, like what type of investment you can do, in what ratio you need to do the investment to make like as per like your requirements to your goals and future cases. And also senior financial advisor is nothing but the agent which will takes the input from the financial analyst and the investment strategy analyst. So it will takes all the inputs from these two analysts and does the final checks. It is like a final fully knowledgeable financial advisor. It will do the all the analysis that is required for the inputs that are given by the two agents, and it will generate as the comprehensive PDF where the user can go through it and they can get the better knowledge on the investments and all. And when it comes to the integration to the open source models, in this project we used OpenAI ChatGPT for the natural language processing and ensuring secure data handling, so that we are giving a extra boost to our multi-agent system so they can get to process the data from outsourcing also. So on the end, there is a component called report generation. So with this, the structured report will be generated based on the output that has been given by the agents. And coming to the technology stack we have used in this project is like, for the front end, I have previously told you the Streamlit for the basic UI. For the backend, we have used the CrewAI as we discussed about that till now. CrewAI framework that we use to develop the multi-agent collaboration. And for the large language models, we use the OpenChatGPT for the large language model. And FPDF PHP library for generating the detailed reports for our project. And this is all about the information on what is the project and how it's going to be and what is the key implementations that we have done and what are the technical stack we have used. And I'll take you through the live code now. Yeah. Oh, let me minimize it so that you can have better understanding. Yeah, here coming to the live coding, we have two main modules. One is like agent module and one is like Streamlit, like the UI connection module. Let me first explain you about the agent module, like how we develop the agents, what are the roles, goals and backstories that is given to the agents. Here you'll get to know more about how the role, goal and backstory plays the main key roles. And the first one, like we have imported all the necessary libraries and all for the CrewAI. I have imported CrewAI for like agents, stars, and crew. Uh, and I haven't imported any tools because I'm not using any predefined tools as of now. I'm creating my own tool. And also from LangChain OpenAI, I've imported for the connecting LLM model purpose, and .env for secure API keys. We will secure API keys in this .env folder. So firstly, we'll talk about the LLM. Here I have created the function for the LLM and I'm calling the LLM using self.api key. If the API key is not available, then it will raise an value error for us. And for the model, I'm using the current model was GPT 3.5 Turbo. This is the model I am using for current project implementation. And when it comes to the temperature, temperature is a parameter that is used to control the randomness or creativity of the model responses. So if we want more creativeness on the output, so we can increase the temperature up to 0.9 and all. 0.7 will give us the moderate creativeness and moderate more focus on the point specific topic that we have given. And I'm calling the self API key using this function self.api key. And now we'll talk about the first agent, which is nothing but financial profile analyst. I have previously told you. This is the role of the first agent. The goal of the first agent is to create a detailed personal financial assessment. So as it will be taking the inputs from the user and it needs to do the basic calculations and the basic stuff that it needed for the second agent. That is nothing but if you, for example, you gave an income of $10,000 and you gave a spending of $1,500 $7,000 per month. So from this we can get to know 70 like the spend ratio is like 70 is to 30. So you are spending like 70% of your income per monthly expenses, and 30% is like other expenses. You may be saving it, or you may be like using it to do some investment all. So it needs to do all those basic analysis that are required for that. And we gave a backstory like expert in financial analyst specializing in personal financial assistance, skilled at analyzing income, expenses, and saving patterns to provide actionable insights. These are nothing but prompts. We are giving the specific backstory by giving them prompts so that they can get to know what they are needs to do and what they are assigned to do. And I'm not assigning as a tool because I haven't using any predefined tools, as I told you. And I'm calling the LLM that we have previously assigned, and the verbose is equal to true will give us the detailed logs on how the execution is going on. And we have the second analyst, which is nothing but investment strategy analyst. As I previously told you, this the goal of this agent is to have the comprehensive investment and debt management strategies. So we have given the backstories to this agent also as per the requirements of the agent needs to be done. And finally, we have an agent called Senior Financial Advisor. As this is a senior advisor, it will be creating the actionable financial recommendations and comprehensive reports based on the inputs that are given by the previous two agents, so that it will be getting the insights from the two agents, and it will be giving us like whole like comprehensive report, so that the user will be able to know like what he needs to do, what are the necessary measurements he need to take, and what are the necessary things to do, like in terms of savings or in terms of investment and all. And then when it comes to the tasks, we have created all the tasks that are required to be done by our agents. The first one is like creating a detailed financial profile analysis. So this is very, very important. Like based on the particular user, they needs to get all the like income related to these details, and their marital status, and the number of dependents on them, like how many number of people are depending on them, like what are their financial stability and all. So we are giving the specific prompt here over here also, so that the you when the agent is going to perform this task, they'll concentrate more on the specific key points that we gave. We like we are telling these agents to do monthly cash flow analysis, savings rates assessment, emergency fund recommendation, key financial and health suggestions, budget optimization suggestions. So like we are asking this agent to focus on main like these points. So as per their financial stability, the agent only suggests them the which are required for them to do, and what are the measures they need to take based on to get more stability on their things. And the next task is about performing by our investment strategy analyst. That is nothing but analyzing debt and investment strategies. As the previous agent will give the input like what is their income, what are the like financial stabilities, what are the spending ratios, and what are their medical needs and all. From that information, the investment strategy analyst will checks for the debts, like will asks about the loans they are having, how much EMI, like see what are the total debt they have, and what are the monthly repayments they are doing. Like they need to calculate that one also, and what are the interest rates upon which they got the loans, what are the interest rate of their loans. And also it will ask us about what are the current investments they are doing, what is the risk tolerance they are taking. The risk will be low risk, moderate risk, and high risk. And monthly investments they are doing, like how much amount they are investing on monthly investments. So for this one, I'm mainly asking these agents to focus on debt management strategies with timeline, so that they'll mostly commonly focus on what is the like what are the strategies they can do to come out of that loans easily. What are the investment allocation recommend? Like what are the investments that are suggesting you for the user? And the risk assessment on the current investments and all, giving them portfolio rebalance schedule, so that using this thing they can if they are doing some risk based investments, it will suggest them some moderate, low to moderate investments, so that they can rebalance their portfolio based on the suggestions that is given by our agents. So it will be very helpful for them. And the third agent will be the senior financial advisor. Here, I'm asking the agents to mainly focus on executing the summary that is given by the previous two agents, the financial analyst and investment strategy analyst. So the go here this agent will be mainly concentrating on short term and long term goals. Like the common employee will have like the short term goals, like some vacation or purchasing a car like that, and also they'll be having long term goals like their children education or buying a home and all. For that, this agent has to mainly focus on giving them the goal based strategies, like what are the strategies they need to follow to achieve certain goal, like that has been given by them. So based on all these things, they all our agents will work based on the prompts that are given, that are well structured by us, and they will give us the clear output on which the user can be depending on. And also finally, I'm assigning all the agents, and I'm all finally using the crew.kickoff. With this command, we can tell our agents to start working on the tasks that are assigned to them. Let's see how the Streamlit integration was. Here, the mainly I'll show you like how we are taking the text input, how we are taking the number input. I'm not going to give you an like long information on this. So here you can see the basic. We are collecting basic info using the name like st dot text input, and for the number for the age, I'm defining the minimum like minimum age and the maximum age values. And for the occupation and for the marital status, we are giving the drop down for the user so that they can just select from these. And we are asking about number of dependents, phone number, salary, and savings. For salary, we are giving the step value, so that with this help of step value, they can there will be an option to increase the step. So if they're clicking on an option, it will directly increases 100 to their current things, or else you can directly enter the things also. See, yeah, I have told you about the short-term goals, right? These are the options that we are giving them for the short-term goals. If they're having any medical condition, and if they're going for any surgery in like short periods from like if there is any heart patient, if they need to do some surgery, they're given some like 6 months. They need to what they need to how they need to plan to save money that are required for the 6 months, and the long-term goals for home purchase, retirement, and all, and the financial goals. And this is how like we are taking all the inputs that from the users itself. And finally, we are kicking off to our main page for the execution and all. Let me show you the working of this model. Yeah, it will take a few seconds to load the thing. Just a minute. You can see it's running it, trying to establish the connection. Yeah, this is how our like UAV looks like, and what are all the these are all the inputs that are needs to be given by an user. So this is the first page will be handled by the a financial analyst, as I told you in the agents. Let us consider someone called Lakshman, and with an age of 32, and software engineer they is their occupation, and we're giving as married person, and they're having two dependents on them. We're giving some random number. So their annual salary is like $10,000 per month, and monthly savings they are doing is like, let's say, $1,500 as their monthly savings, and monthly expenses are like $8,500. So here the spending ratio was like 85%, 85% of the monies they are using for spending. And here it is asking about the short-term goals and long-term goals, that what they want to do. Here we have the options like emergency fund, vacation, car purchase, wedding, home renovation, debt repayment. If they have any debt that has to be cleared within 6 months, like specific large bulk of amount, so they can plan for that also. And we are giving some other options also for them. So let's say I want to go for an vacation, and I want like long term, I have an children education I have to do. For the short term goal, I need like for a vacation cost $6,000 to $7,000. Let's say 6,000, and I have want it to be happen like 5 months. Let's say I'm giving lot of goals as like $30,000, and it's take like 5 years of timeline. So here comes the next investment strategy analyst, where he will be asking you about the loan information, like what is the total loan you have till now. Like I have $40,000 as a loan, and what is the monthly repayment I'm doing. Like I'm doing around $800 as the monthly repayment, and I have taken at an rate of 5.6, let's say. Like what are the investment types I have? Let's say I have in stocks and mutual funds. I am taking a moderate risk, and the monthly investment amount is like I'm giving $1,000. So I'm asking, by after giving all this information, that means we have gave all the necessary input to our agent. So I'm asking my agent to generate the financial report for me. Let's say it's running. See, it's creating your financial report for us. Yeah, we got our financial report. From here, we can just directly download our financial report. So it was like giving all the input details that we have gave. And also here, the executive summary, the Lakshman's financial advisor reports focus on achieving short-term ones such as vacation and long-term goals like children education. Like it, the report outlined it, debt management strategy, investment allocation recommendations, and like it is giving all this stuff. It is also suggesting us like some strategies which are suggesting by the financial advisor snowball method to efficiently pay off the $40,000 debt that I have. It will take us like we like as of paying $800 every month. If I increase my payment by $700, so that if I am able to pay $1,500 within like every month, so that I can complete my repayment thing in like only 33 months. So it will give me relief to, like, it is just like if you are paying $800 per month, it will take like 5 to 6 years. So it will be a long time. So we cannot manage our like long-term goals like children education and all. So it is giving us like what are the increments that we can do to make our repayment very efficient, and also it is giving us like what are the allocations we need to do. So for I have asked this to give me a investment strategy based on moderate. So it is telling me to put 60% of my investment amount. Like if I consider $1,000 as my investment, it is asking me to put $600 in stocks, $300 in mutual funds, and $100 in bonds, as the bonds are like low risk, to manage this all the things that we are given like in an efficient way. And it is also giving us like investment strategies to consider, like what are the investments that we can take, we can do and all. And it also giving us the action plan with monthly milestones, like what are the monthly milestones that we need to do, like what are the monthly strategies that we need to follow. Allocate 1500 with monthly surplus towards the deployment, as it was already mentioned that here. It was giving the monthly plan for us. Invest $1,700 accordingly to allocate like it is giving a suggestion to invest $1,700 as an investment. So it will be helpful, I guess. Conductorly, and it is asking us to conduct a quarterly review on our balance sheets to implement like how our stocks are performing, like what are the parameters we need to consider and all. And it is also giving us like all the necessary things that we need to do. Firstly, like, monthly debt repayment towards the 40,000 target, and investment portfolio relative to the recommended allocation and percentages, and quarterly review on outcomes, and portfolio rebalancing. Like I told you, like rebalancing our portfolio based on the risks that was happening on the current market trends, and also achievement of short-term vacation and long-term children education goals within the specified timelines that was given by us. So this is how it is generating as the like a detailed report on our things, like what are the inputs that we gave and what are the outputs that we want, like what are the strategies that we need to follow to make our repayments very effectively and all. And as you have seen in the code, as I have told, like here there will be detailed log how the each agent is communicating between them. Here you can see the investment strategy analyst is giving uh, all the debt management strategy answers and investment allocation related output, and the financial list is giving us the like finance related, and it is doing some calculations as I told you. See, like 15% of there is 15% of the saving rate, monthly cash inflow, outflow. This is of all the like detail log, like backend is working like this for to make our things work effectively. As I told you previously, it is very easy for us to create the multi-agent systems like this, which is very looks like very high level thing. So it is very easy for us to create an agent, multi-agent like this with the help of CrewAI very easily. And also we can instead of using a single LLM over here, we can also implement multiple LLMs to check like how multiple LLMs are working, and how they are giving us the inputs that are required by us. We can also change the models as per our requirements. Like Hugging Face will be used for understanding better languages, better for if you are considering like language transition, we can use Hugging Face. For more complex thinking, we can use Olama. Like based on our requirements, we can use the LLMs over here. And this is how we have developed our POC based on the based on the financial advisor system. How we define. I have shown you all the things. How I have defined all the agents, and what are the roles, goals, and the backstories that I have given to them. As I've told you previously, while explaining about the framework, it is when it comes to the defining an agent, the main three things that we need to do is like give them is the role, what is their basic role they are doing, what is the goal that we want them to analyze for us. Giving them a backstory will help them to like think in more creative way or else more actionable ways. And yeah, this is how we have created our financial advice system project using CrewAI. And so you can also create the projects that we based on your plans and all. So if you have any doubts on this framework and how this project works and what are the back steps we have taken to create this in well executive order, you can contact us and you can put your questions in chat so that we can answer your questions. So thank you for the wonderful support, guys. This is all about QA and my POC from my side. And Pranay will take over and explain you about some RAG fine-tuning process and all.
Thank you. Thank you, Lakshmana. Very nice POC. Yeah, so like we said, we have 30 plus business cases. We almost developing whatever getting trend in market. So definitely anyone like if you have working in 5 to 10 years or 10 to 15 years, Java or .NET and understanding and what do you call upgrading these latest technology, doing some POCs definitely help for your interview and for your role change and all. Okay, so we are making sure that something coming up, based in the real world. So we are taking and exploring with our team, and we are trying to put it in our workshops. So yeah, in our regular classes and in our POC workshops, yeah, we also explaining each and everything, and we are giving the documentation step by step how to start the POC, how to end the POC with the BRD and technical specification and the process of how to do this step by step. And we also give 3 hours demo how to start the POC as well. Okay. So with that, I'm handovering to Sai Pranav, who is another guy who completed one of the POC, and he also worked on REAG and REAG implementation in different POCs. Yeah, let me hand over to him. Pranay, it's your time now.
Yeah. Hi. Can you able to hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Thanks for joining all. Yeah. Today I will not be taking much of your time, so it's already 2 hours. So as Venkatesh sir has explained all the capabilities we can deliver with generative AI in terms of natural language processing and shown an example of retrieving relevant information using similarity search, which is uh, very much used in RAG. So RAG uses similarity search. Along with that, Lakshmi Narayana has explained how we can use CrewAI to deliver multi-AI agent on an excellent example and use case using personal financial advisor. So today I will be explaining you one more topic, so which is fine-tuning LLMs. So why is it important and what are the alternatives? What are the use cases of generative AI and where it comes? I mean, where does fine-tuning comes? So coming in terms of fine-tuning, so as we know that we can do prompt engineering, retrieval augmented generation, or else we can do deliver agents using like frameworks. And there is one more aspect of generative AI, which is fine-tuning. So if you are working in a particular domain, so if you are working in a legal or advisory, financial advisory or healthcare domain, so there are like different LLMs right now in market, but some of the nuanced use cases or some of the nuanced terminologies which you use in your industry is not, uh, I mean, which cannot be retrieved by the LLMs. Like the accuracy is not that great if you are using like normal LLMs. Then we use fine tuning those LLMs. So these are like different. So there are like different ways in which you can fine tune an LLM for your specified task. Okay. So what is fine tuning and why we need to do fine tuning? For example, fine tuning involves taking a large language model. For example, take GPT-4 or Llama models or any Gemini models. So you take those models and you further fine tune on the specific domain data set. Okay. Yeah, if you are working in an industry, so if you are working for healthcare, or as I have told you for finance, so you want more nuanced language in generation. So you do fine tuning. So why fine tuning? As I have told you, so you want domain specific adaptation, and the data distribution which has in the LLMs is not specific to your industrial use case. Then you do fine tuning, and it is also much cost effective compared to, I mean, designing your own LLM. So as you know that to come up with an LLM, you required lots of amount of cost. So you have like constraints, but you want to do well for your business use case. Then you use a fine-tuned LLM. So this is the main uses of fine-tuning LLMs. So you can, as I have told you, the benefits of fine-tuning is it reduces cost and resource efficiency. So you can work on like task-specific and domain-specific adaptation of those LLMs, and you can also further fine-tune those on a regular basis. So there are like different types of fine-tuning a large language model. So it is important to know uh, for every individual what are the different types of fine-tuning. I mean, you may not have like real-world example experience, but if you're attending an interview, or if you are working in an industry, so it is important to know that there is also a concept called fine-tuning in generative AI, so which will help you to deliver better projects. Okay, so types of fine tuning is like supervised fine tuning, unsupervised fine tuning, and contrastive learning. So supervised fine tuning relies on labeled data. As you might have known that labeled data is like you have input and output. You know the input and you know the output. So it's like text classification, question answering, or instruction following, such as like you have an instruction how to do it, like summarize an article or something. So if you are working on that kind of problem and you want to fine tune a model, so you can use supervised fine tuning. So unsupervised fine tuning is like operates on unlabeled data, which focuses more on adapting the model. So whenever I say model, model is like an LLM. Okay, the model consists of weights and biases in it. So internally, it holds an information which it has been trained on. Okay, but you want to do it on a domain specific way with unsupervised data, like unlabeled data. You can do it with unsupervised fine tuning. So adapting the model, for example, if you take like legal text or any different language or like nuanced language, so you want to fine tune you can do fine tuning the model using unsupervised fine tuning. And there is like contrast to learning. So contrast to learning is something which is like it recognizes the patterns and similarities and differences in the data points. So and it differentiates two different tasks. For example, if you provide a question and you provide different answers of examples, what you do is you assign that this answer is relevant to this question, and remaining of the other generation of answers are like not relevant to this question. So in that way, you fine tune the model such that it will come up with the best performing model. After doing fine tuning, what you can do is you can again implement RAG, agents, and every other thing which we have been mentioning from the past various uh, webinars. Okay, so one of the most important supervised fine tuning is parameter efficient fine tuning. There are like different aspects in fine tuning as well. One of the most important and industrial use case is parameter efficient fine tuning, and most of the research is going on in terms of using that. Because what happens if you know about LLMs, they have like billions of parameters. So, but you want to fine tune that parameter as per your domain specific knowledge. Okay. So with using less data and less cost and less resources, so parameter efficient fine tuning is the best way. There is like other methods as well. Supervised full fine tuning. What does supervised full fine tuning does is like it changes the whole model. Like if you take 7 billion parameters, the supervised fine-tuning will change the whole parameters, like 7 billion parameters, which is not, it is advisable to do that, but it is like very cost extensive, like you cannot do it on for a regular use case. Okay, so instruction fine-tuning as well. But today I will be more exploring in terms of parameter efficient fine-tuning. I will be introducing you to parameter efficient fine-tuning and what are the different methods in it as well. Okay, so I will be not explaining you instruction fine-tuning and reinforcement learning fine-tuning. For reinforcement learning human feedback, for example, if you take that use case, so right now most of the models which have been generated, so right now they are using reinforcement learning fine-tuning at the last stage of doing the pre-training model. Okay, but this is like a huge vast topic and there is like a lot of information you have to know in order to learn this, but today I will be mostly focusing on parameter efficient fine-tuning. So parameter efficient fine-tuning, so what it does, okay, so it goes, sorry, yeah, so instead of modifying all the model weights, okay, for example here FSI model, it has like, depending upon the model you choose, it has like 7 billion, 13 billion or 400 billion, like, so instead of updating all the model weights, you will be freezing some of the model parameters, okay, and you will be training the model components on your data use case. So one of the example of parameter efficient fine tuning is LoRA, low rank adaptation, which adapts low dimensional matrices. So if you can remember in plus 11th and 12th, you have heard about ranking the matrices. Like you convert a bigger matrix into like couple of smaller matrix, which shows the information of the bigger matrix. Okay, so you use that technique in order to come up with the parameter efficient fine tuning. So what it does is it inserts lightweights to the layers of the models. So this is like one efficient way of using parameter efficient fine tuning, which is low rank adaptation. So one of the advantages of low parameter efficient fine tuning is you update a tiny fraction of model parameters. So you don't need like much GPU or usage in order to fine tune a model. Okay, and it is more feasible or resource constrained. So compared to other ones, like you don't need much resources, and it also has better accuracy. So it is memory efficient, and it also helps us to mitigate catastrophic forgetting. For example, when you are when you are doing a fine tuning, so what happens when you are doing fine tuning? The model will forget the previous learned parameters. But using parameter efficient fine tuning, so you hold the previous information and also you learn the new patterns in the data set. As I have told you, if you are working in a healthcare industry or legal, finance, like there are like many use cases. So it remembers the old knowledge, along with that, it also adapts to the new knowledge which you have been providing. So in that way, it is better useful to do parameter efficient fine tuning. So there are like, as I told you, there are like different techniques in parameter efficient fine tuning. One is LoRA, which is like low ramp adaptation. So another one is QLoRA. QLoRA is like quantized low rank adaptation. Along with tuning the model, so you can also reduce the size of the model. So quantization is reducing the size of the model for better inference and better use case during for a project. So while you're loading a model, while you're loading any model for inference, so it takes time, right? For example, if you load your model in your local, like in your computer, so it doesn't support because it has like certain amount of memory. Like it, for example, if you take like 13 billion model, 13 billion parameter model, it is around for 6 GB RAM. But you want to come up with a better performing model in your use case, industrial use case, along with it, the size has to be decreased. So you do quantized low rank adaptation. So along with fine tuning, you reduce the model size. Okay, it is mostly important in industrial use case, because in industrial use case, what happens, you have like nuanced knowledge in terms of company use cases. Along with that, the company needs to reduce the latency. Like there are a number of users who wants to use that model to derive the information. Okay, so you do quantized low rank adaptation, so which uses the parameter efficient fine tuning techniques, and you can deliver better. There are like other models as well, like there are like other techniques such as adapters. Adapters, it is like much slower. Like the approach is much slower in some settings. But it is efficient. What I would be saying is like doing adapters is like implementing. It will be powerful, but it is not like much powerful compared to QLoRA. Okay, and there is like prompt tuning and prompt fixing. Once you do, sorry, yeah. So one of the most important use cases, QLoRA. So it is like most important use case you have to learn in terms of fine tuning. So what I would conclude is like, so depending upon the task at hand, you have to choose which kind of fine tuning is necessary as per your use case. But most of the use cases, like almost 80% of the use cases which we do, like we can use prompt engineering. So we can use RAG, Retrieval-Augmented Generation. We can do agents. But if you want to deliver more like better insights with these concepts, you do fine tuning a model. Right now, as Lakshmi Narayan has explained, he has just used like GPT-4, like GPT 3.5. Okay. But if you want like more nuanced answers and more general, if you want to deep dive into the answers as well for generation, what you fine tune the large language model on your use case. Okay, so that's where fine tuning comes in the picture. In that fine tuning, parameter efficient fine tuning. So parameter efficient fine tuning is like it is efficiently tuning the parameters in such a way that it adapts the new knowledge which it has been trained on. And in that parameter efficient fine tuning, so QLoRA, which is like quantized low rank adaptation. So it is one of the best performing use case, and that is being used in current world right now. Like you can deliver fine tuning, you can reduce the size of the model, and it does better compared to the generalized models which we are being using currently. Yeah. For example, I will give you one example, like Bloomberg, which is a company. So it has developed its own model for its use case. Like it is just fine-tune its model in such a way that it works mostly on the internals of the financial data or news related to that. So that is one example of fine-tuning a model. Yeah, that's about this for today's webinar. So I have introduced you to fine-tuning as well. So later on in our projects as well, in our proof of concepts, we will be showing you an example. Like in the next week, we will be showing you an example of how you can do fine tuning with bits and bytes. There is a library called bits and bytes. There, with the use of that, you can use a model and you can fine tune the model, and you can compare the results as well, how it is better performing in terms of your particular data. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to KKR Gen AI Innovations channel.